I'm wearing my glasses of vindication. So, we remember a while back I did a review on Giver, and I entitled the video Giver, more like Give Up, and I gave a fairly, let's go with scathing review of the Four Season gloves and the Frontier mittens. So, hearing that these gloves aren't what they're all touted to be, and I did say at the time, you know, don't believe the hype kids, I cut a hole in one. And these are expensive gloves. I cut a hole in them, and I used a pair of seamstress scissors. I picked the leather off of the thing, off of the inside membrane, and I went a-searching. So I cut across here first of all, and then I cut the sides, and then I pulled the fingers out, and I was very, very careful. What is immediately apparent, and bear in mind these gloves, apart from Mark wearing them for 2 days, I've worn them on and off, but you've probably got less than 4 or 5 days worth of wearing these gloves, realistically, on and off, like full time. The membrane here is completely gone, and this is the thumb. Gone. It is not attached. You can actually touch the insulation. Everywhere else, there's a little hole up here on this membrane, and the membrane kind of feels like a weird, like an examination glove. I'd expect for the price it to be a little bit better, but there is. I'll show it here. This is gone, and we're talking not much wear. And then in between, and I definitely didn't cut anywhere near here, in between where the thumb and the finger gone, this is completely worn as well. And I was getting a cold spot here, and I was getting a cold spot on the inside of my on the inside of my thumb. So there's a problem with this membrane, like 100%. It's stitched in at the bottom, but here's my concern. If you go and pick up a burning log or dry ice or whatever with these gloves, you're gonna fucking hurt yourself. You get the wrong spot with that dry ice, boiling water, whatever, because they're expensive and they're poop straight out. Now, yeah, the thumb is like, I'm actually amazed, like, that this is that bad a shape. Just because you didn't see me do it, I will take this perfectly good glove and then we'll see what the inside of this one's like. So I'm gonna find a bit, make sure that I want to try and keep it on camera as much as possible. So there's no insulation here. I can't hear it because if you crinkle around you can actually hear it crinkling. So I'm going to make a very small incision right here in these gloves, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. Where's my scalpel? I'm actually going to use a scalpel because it is leather. Right, so I've made a small incision right here. I'm trying to keep it on camera as much as possible. I've not got anywhere near the insulation. Now, I wish I was strong enough to do this, but I'm not. So I'm going to go through very carefully. I've made a hole. I'm nowhere near the insulation. I'm going to make a quick cross incision here. And then I'm going to go through. I've got my finger actually in the glove, making sure that I'm clear of any of the insulation. And I'll make a quick cut across there, nice and clean. And I'm going to do the same thing across the top. But Jeremy, these are perfectly good gloves. No, they're not. They're all crap. And I said they were crap. So I've now made und hole. I've made no incisions in any of the membrane at all. Now I can just rip it. So let's pull out the insides and let's see where we is at on this. So I'm pulling out the fingers very carefully. I don't want to damage them in case they're for some reason stuck. And I'm going to pull out the thumb. Straight out here, you have a hole in the membrane, straight the way through. It's done. There's a massive hole on that seam right there, like you can see the reflective material right there. So there's a hole right there. Checking the fingers. There's a slight hole down the bottom here, but that could have been me. But then if I look, yep, that probably was me, so I'm going to discount that one. Looking at the fingers and looking at the joints in between, they seem to be okay. A little bit of wear on the middle of this one, which is interesting. Everything else seems to be fine. Stitched in. Ah, okay. Not stitched at the bottom. Completely loose. The other glove, weirdly, the membrane, and I can pull it out and show it to you, or I should. The other one, the membrane down here, I think is stitched. Yep, it's stitched. Now, interestingly enough, now I go back to this glove. This is obviously the thumb with the holes. There's a hole down here on the wrist part as well. That wasn't me because I didn't cut, I just pulled this out. Now, this should be stitched. It's partially stitched. There's actually a hole here. So you're getting a hole at the bottom of the cuff. Everything else seems to be intact. So, dangerous. You're going to get wet spots. You could burn yourself, freeze yourself. This one, this is even worse. It's barely stitched in at the bottom. Oh, on the other side, it's not stitched in at all. Like, absolutely not stitched in, and no wonder I was getting fucking cold spots. And what you're getting for your money when it comes to just wear and tear, and what you're getting from what their website says and actually what is inside the glove isn't actually what you're getting. Smoke and mirrors. Okay, I'm pulling these right apart. Fuck you. Let's go look. Now I'm dissecting these turds. It's not like I was wearing them anyway. Now I want to go look at the rest of them. Go and have a dig. Have a dig around, see what's going on. Right, right, that's not even what it is stitched, but I won't say it's very well stitched. Okay, so okay, well this doesn't feel like 40 gram thinsulate. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at like so it should be 40 gram insulate, fleece interior. I wouldn't say that's a fleece interior. I'd say that's I'd say it's just the inside of thinsulate. Right, now I'm really intrigued. I'm actually going to cut the thumb off of this glove. I want to see what the construction's of. So we've got, okay, if it's a fleece interior, it's the same fleece. So, okay, this is the outside, okay, because these are weird. Outside, so, palm side, back of hand. Fleece interior. Yeah, this isn't insulated at all. This is like, that's 40 gram thinsulate, I'm the fucking Pope. Okay, well, yeah, I guess it's a fleece interior, but it just feels like thinsulate. I think they're using the inside of thinsulate as the fleece interior. I think that someone may have been Pinocchioing with these gloves. So, Giver are having a sale. Don't shop it. It's crap. Don't buy their gloves. They're crap. You're not getting what you're paying for. You're not getting a quality product. A glove with less than, I'm still saying under a week, probably more like less than 4 days. 4 days in hours, so that's what, 48, 72 hours worth of wear. there's holes in the waterproof membrane. They are not a quality product. I still don't recommend them. I don't recommend you give your money to them. I wish I hadn't cut bloody big holes in them, and then I could try and get a refund on them. But I don't know where I got them from. I can't find the receipt. I don't know. But these are going in the trash once and for all. I kept them around. I don't know, maybe through some miracle they were going to get better, but they're not. They just sat in a box. Give her gloves. Give up. And I really sincerely hope they do give up. Of course, these opinions are my own. I am not a glove technician. As you can see, I've got a scalpel and a pair of scissors. I'm not a glove technician, but not worth the money at all. So if you see them on sale, don't buy them. I don't recommend them. I can, if you want, message me on the video and I'll tell you what other gloves to go buy. I got some gloves that I use for fat biking in the winter. I think they're North 45s. They're the fucking shit. Snowball gloves. I've got really tiny Burton gloves. Cheap and cheerful DC gloves. Like a fifth the price of these, and they're better than these. Like leather gloves, I bought these and I bought the mittens, and the mittens, no joke, I have them so I can go to my car and just to get my shovel or my thing just to clean my car off. That's what I use them for. Anything more than about 10 minutes outside in the cold, your hands are sweating, your hands are cold. And I don't want to cut those up because they're actually kind of useful when I've got to shovel the path or shovel out the front driveway. I'll put those on because I'm only outside for 10 minutes and I'm good. And I don't mind, and I'll be honest, I don't mind fucking them up, but they don't keep my hands warm. And the only reason the mittens win over these turds is because your fingers are together in the mitten, so you've got generally more warmth. These cold spots because the membrane's crap. There's not what they're saying, 40 gram thinsulite, my arse. Fleeced interior, yeah, whatever. Yeah, done. If the back of hand insulation's 260 grams. There's no way that's 260 grams. And the front's 150. My arse. Don't get me wrong. I do like being right. I got taken for a ride, and anyone else that has these gloves, be careful. You might burn yourself. You might get frostbite. They are not the best damn gloves ever. They're crap. Invest in better gloves from a better company. Peace. Throw them in the trash.